Hello friends, I'm Dr. Mushir Ahmed, Associate Professor, Department of Business Administration, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University. As promised in the last lecture, I'm here with the second type of communication on the basis of channel, which is informal communication. So here we go. Informal communication, which is also known as grapevine. Communication between individuals and groups which are not officially recognized is known as informal communication. It consists of exchange of ideas and information resulting from social interactions among the members of the organizations. Actually, the necessity of information informal communication arises among people to satisfy their social needs, which is not possible through the formal communication in the organization. It may involve work related matters or consist of other matters of mutual interest to the parties. Now let's see what is grapevine. The flow of informal communication cuts across the official lines of communication. Informal communication is known as grapevine. The use of the term grapevine is said to have originated during the US Civil War when telegraph line was strung loosely between trees and soldiers said that wires resembles a grapevine. Messages that are difficult to decipher to said to have come through grapevine. In organizational context, the informal communication is called grapevine because the origin and direction of the flow of informally communicated message cannot be easily traced. Grapevine cut across the formal channels of communication. Neither do they follow the same pattern nor do they necessarily coincide with the formal channels of authority and communication. Features of informal communication or grapevine. Grapevine has the following features. Number one, it transmits the information in every direction throughout the organization, laterally and diagonally. The grapevine thus can even contact those organizational units that may have simply indirect formal relationships. Now the second point, grapevine, being unrestricted by the formal policies and procedures, transmits information rapidly within the organization. If the chain of command need not to followed, once the matter enters into the grapevine, it moves almost continuously to any point in the organization. Third feature, grapevine is selected with regards to the person who receives the information. Some people are tuned into it and others are not. It is possible that some managers are even aware about the existence of grapevine in the organization. Fourth point, grapevine extends beyond the formal hierarchy systems of an organization. It can occur off the job. Workers at a party may pass on and receive the information about the organization. There can be hundreds or thousands of connections in grapevine. 5. Grapevine generally occurs orally. It arises out of social interaction among the people. 6th, grapevine is based on people rather than task. 7th, grapevine does not follow a fixed pattern as in the case of formal communication. Managers should not eliminate the grapevine and thereby ignorant. Wise managers remain tuned into the grapevine, not only what they obtained useful information through it, but also they replace incorrect messages with the correct one through grapevine. The grapevine is an important channel of communication even for enlightenment companies. Now, types of grapevine. Information traveling in a grapevine does not follow an orderly path. Researchers have identified 4 types of grapevine or informal communication within an organization. The first, single strand network. In single strand network, an individual communicates with other individual through the intervening persons. 2. In gossip network, the individual communicates with everyone non-selectively. Third form of grapevine, in probability network. In probability network, the individual communicates randomly with others according to the law of probability. Fourth, cluster network. In cluster network, the individual communicates with only those individuals who he trusts. Out of these informal networks, the cluster network is the most popular one. Now, coming down to the uses of grapevine, how can we use the grapevine? Some people think that the grapevine is generally inaccurate, which is not true. However, grapevine information is usually incomplete, so it may be misinterpreted even though the details it does carry are accurate. Hence, there is nothing bad about the grapevine. In fact, it fills in the gap existing in the formal communication systems. In the absence of informal communication, the ability of a manager to build teamwork, motivate people, and create identification with the organization will be severely restricted. If a manager can identify the important people in the grapevine, he can partially control the information they receive and use the grapevine to inform them regarding new ideas or policies. The managers can also get valuable information from the grapevine and use it to improve decision making. Now, coming down to the advantages of informal communication. The advantages of informal communication may be summarized in the points that you may see on the slide. Number 1, social relations. Informal communication consists of the network of persons to persons relations. It therefore gives opportunity to people to form social groups and communicate with each other. Second point of advantage, needs satisfaction. Informal communication satisfies an important urge of people to know what is happening in the other parts of the organization and being in know of the latest information of the organization. The third point of advantage is speed. Informal communication is very useful when the information is required to be communicated very quickly. Grapevine works very faster as compared to the formal communication networks. Fourth avenue of expression. During periods of uncertainty, people can express their fears and apprehensions more freely through the grapevine. Fifth, feedback. Informal communication is very fast. It can be used by the managers to get quick feedback from the subordinates. Sixth, supporting the formal channels of communication. grapevine can be used to supplement the formal channels of communications. Whatever cannot be communicated through the formal channels of communication because of time or official constraints can be easily communicated through informal channels of communication. Now, seventh, better human relationship. Since informal channels of communication cut across the official positions in the hierarchical relationships, they develop healthy human relations among the people in the organizations. Now, coming down to the disadvantages of informal communication. The grapevine is not without limitations. It do have certain limitations. Certain dangers are implied in the use of informal communication. In particular, management should guard against the following dangers of grapevine or informal communication in an organization. The first, incomplete information. There are occasions when the grapevine does not carry complete information. Information relating to dismissal of an employee is disseminated throughout the organization very quickly, but why dismissal took place will usually remain uncommunicated. 2. Distortion. Information communicated through the grapevine may get distorted. People add their personal interpretations and thus distort the fact. Personal motives are often dominant in transmitting the information through the grapevine or informal communication. Third point of disadvantage, unreliability. Informal communication is generally unreliable. There is not a guarantee of that informal channels are always active, so it can be dependent upon sending urgent messages only. Fourth, leakage. Confidential information often gets leaked out through informal communication. Thus, the network of informal communication can be used by the manager only with a precaution. Fifth, lack of authenticity. Informal communication spreads by word of mouth. It may not be supported by tangible facts. This would make the grapevine information incredible. Next, problem in fixing responsibilities. Origin of information flow cannot be ascertained in the informal channels. It is therefore difficult to hold anybody responsible for spreading such false information in the organization. So friends, this is all about informal communication. In the next lecture, we will be discussing types of communication on the basis of direction and flow. Till then, thank you very much.